Welcome back to the Elimination Chamber, where asses get hot in the hot seat, and you're given questions that make you decide between typically things that you love. It's either this or that for the rest of your entire life.
Oh, yikes.
And a while back, MegaDan29 put you in the hot seat. He was really hard on you.
Yep.
And I've got to be honest, he was pretty unfair.
Yeah, it made me cry. Like,
Yeah.
I slept. Yeah, it was bad.
It was bullshit. And made me question, our friendship with Dan a little bit. But today, it's your turn.
It's revenge time.
It's revenge. WCW versus NWO revenge.
Yep, and I'm ready.
I think maybe in 1 in 100 matches you could beat Dan in that game.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But anyways, we got to welcome our guest, none other than MegaDan29. It's your revenge sessions, bro. That's what it is.
Yep, thanks for having me again. I love this stuff, so let's let it rip. I guess
I got 5 questions for you. These questions are all over the board. So hopefully you're ready. We're going to start with the first question, video games. So, you love them.
What? Oh, here we go.
Okay, so I know you love the series Paperboy.
Mm-hmm.
Even though sometimes it's not the greatest game. But you know what else is in the greatest game is John Elway's football. What would you pick, Paperboy or John Elway's QuaterBack?
And you can never play him again if you pick whatever one you don't pick.
They both are terrible games.
Can I still read the back of the box?
Yes. You just can't play them. You can still read the back of the newspaper or
Well,
the
that
back of the
might
box.
be better than playing it. In all honesty, man, I have a lot of fun on John Elway. I know this is like a kind of like a trick question, like it's supposed to be super easy.
I gotta be honest, dude. Before we knew you, the way we fell in love with your channel
Was John Elway.
We're driving back from a show, and I was like, hey, I found this guy on YouTube. And, dude, this part of his stream, and I'm trying to get everybody's attention, driving home with 3 drunk people. I wasn't drunk, of course, I was driving that night, so no, not me.
Sober.
But we put your stream on. Nobody else could watch it. I mean, it was just propped up, back of the van. People are dying laughing.
Just from the audio.
I'll never forget you did you fucking really say that, John? Like, dude, I want to meet him and ask him if he said this, because he says on the back of the box it's the most realistic football game ever or something.
Like, bullshit!
Yeah, exactly.
That authentically made me mad. I was like,
we were driving
advertisement through the roof.
Dude, we were driving home. I'll never forget. It's 3, 4 in the morning, and we're all crying because and Ryan's in the back dude, back this up. This is rich, dude.
Play it again. Dude, and on top of that, not only is it so funny just to hear that, but you're so good at the game.
Yeah.
You score triple digits.
I don't know if nobody has a record book on this, but you probably are the record holder in that game.
Yeah, I put up a video actually
Yes.
that said I scored 94 points. I put world record because I wanted other people. I was like, bring it, dude. Let's go. But anyways,
anybody that puts that game in that's I'll go for it, they get one play in and they're like, I'm out. Dude.
no, seriously, somebody tried it. I think it was T-Belly, and he goes, man, fuck this game. And he's like, shit. He was actually having a close game with the computer, and I was like,
actually,
bro, come on, man.
You're you suck.
But anyways, as much fun as it is to do that, easily, I have to pick Paperboy.
Oh, no.
You're hoping I pick John Elway.
I was hoping.
John Elway's over there like, damn.
So I'm gonna throw some ducks tonight.
So, as much as I know you probably want this to go the one way, this has got to go Paperboy's way. And the reason I say that is because I say this a lot every time I play Paperboy 1.
Yeah, I know you love that franchise.
When you play Paperboy 1, not only did everybody have that as a kid, but man, if there is one game that just takes you back to old summer days.
Oh, totally.
You're just sitting there thinking about the past and thinking about oh man, what it was like to be in summer vacation. For some reason, Paperboy is just, it does it for me, man. The goofiness, the mowing lawns and you're throwing these papers.
Trying to
and
avoid the roller skaters.
Dude, I just love watching the tires on the bike because they look like they're flat and the rims are all bent.
Yeah, they're
It's
going
just
like.
whoa, 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 whoa.
But then recently I'll dive into, I just played through and finally beat Paperboy 2. Dude, Paperboy 2 for one is hilarious. They added so much more stuff where people are, I don't know how much these papers weigh, dude.
Yeah, but they're
But, like-
breaking windows and they're knocking
Dude,
people
you're
off
hitting
bikes.
people that are on swings and you're flipping them over the swings. You're knocking jacks underneath the cars. I mean, you're killing people, dude.
Yeah, with
And
paper.
well, hopefully I get all these papers out. But anyway, it's just great with sitting there playing Paperboy, man. It's so much fun. If you like Paperboy 1, seriously go play Paperboy 2.
Yeah, but what about Paperboy 64?
We're not going to talk about that.
Dude, I gotta say, watching you play that was one of my favorite streams you've done this year.
It's so
Like,
fun.
I loved listening to your, just bitching about that game. I was laughing so hard.
So, okay, I have 2 more levels to beat on that game. Okay, so they're doing it's offline. The rage I get into,
Over a Paperboy.
guys, you're okay. You were laughing when I was live.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, dude. I'm like thinking about cutting stuff out and stuff where I said things about my Lord and Savior. That game, dude, I about spiked that game. Oh my god. It gets so hard. That's why. And it's so hard for all the wrong reasons.
For no reason.
Because the controls are it's just bad.
Here's what's
so
so
you know
funny
what, John
about...
Elway's quarterback. I'm kidding.
reverse. Here's what's funny about
I'm kidding.
Paperboy
I gotta
franchise.
go Paperboy because Paperboy 1 and 2, amazing games. But dude, John Elway, it's a special thing on the channel though. It really is.
It is, and that's why I love it.
And I gotta say, you haven't put it on for a while, and I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah, I was actually just playing it the other night. We scored 87 points.
Okay, I wasn't there.
We literally
Got a
bought
little
it.
rusty.
We bought
we're
it, made a custom case for it, and it's behind us on the shelf because of you.
Yeah.
So
That's badass, dude.
That's influence.
Yeah.
That's influence.
It's
And
the
I-
game.
It
it's
was
the game you
99
play-
cents in our retro store.
It's the game you play
It keeps
on the
on giving.
channel when you're just chilling.
Yep.
That's what you do. Like, we're just gonna chill and talk. You play John Elway's quarterback.
all right.
That's how shitty my life is. But anyways, next
Are
question.
you ready for question 2? All right, here we go. So, we know that you deliver papers. We also know that you're a Stanley Cup champion in NHL Hitz. So, I mean, come on. We also know you love the NES. So, NHL Hitz or Blades of Steel?
Ooh, that is tough. That's a good one,
Yeah,
Robert.
because I think you just did a full playthrough of Blades of Steel.
Yeah, Blades of Steel is fantastic, and especially
I think sound
I
effects.
just think it's one of those games that's really fun to play 2-player, man.
Yeah.
It's a great.
But I'll
it's a
tell you,
great
man,
game.
with the memories we just built with Hitz, it's got to go Hitz, man.
Yeah, but if you're playing it by yourself, would you lean
are
the
you
other
saying
way?
only solo?
No, I'm just asking.
Okay.
This is
Does
not
that
I
change?
think-
Does that change your answer?
because NHL Hitz is
I think-
definitely better 3-player.
Yeah, I think even solo, Blades of Steel is so easy, dude.
Oh, okay.
Even on pro, it's ridiculously easy. I mean, if you go back to my playthroughs, I mean, good lord, I'm sitting there winning. If I wanted to, I could win literally 30-2 or 30. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. But you hear with the pass.
Yeah, the announcers are so good.
Yes. I
With
love
the
it.
pass. That is great. To not hear that ever again is sad. That's
Yeah.
sad. With the pass. But anyway,
Blades of Steel.
I need that's like a text message thing. You
Yeah.
know? Oh, with the pass. Okay. But anyway, I have to go Hitz though because of
Damn.
how good that game's competitive.
Yeah.
That game has real people. You can play it with other people.
The game has real people in it.
Yeah, like the real roster.
It is real.
Yeah.
I get what he was saying, but yeah, it does have real people.
I mean,
Yeah, you don't know.
they
You don't know
look
who.
like real people.
Yeah, they don't even have faces on Blades of Steel. It's like with the pass. But at halftime, you get to play Life Force or Gradius.
Yeah.
See, you can't do that
But,
in Hits.
But I gotta go Hitz because Hitz is a dude. That's a really there's strategy in that game.
Dude, it's an underrated series. It's an underrated series.
Seriously, Hitz can be very competitive to the point where, I mean, it had all of us not saying shit.
Dude, All-Star mode. All-Star mode's tough. And
and on one player, it's probably even harder because you don't have people working with you.
You got to do it all. You got to do it all by yourself.
Yeah, and computer might suck for you or something, so make it a lot closer and more competitive. So I got to go Hitz because of how great that freaking.
Yeah, I would agree with that pick. That's a good pick.
If Dan can pick something outside of the NES era,
that means it's
epic.
That means it's good.
Yeah,
it's made its staple in my brain for sure.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to question 3. We're going into wrestling. I know you love Kane.
Oh, yeah.
What about Kane's brother, The Undertaker? I know you love doing impressions of The Undertaker, so here it is. Undertaker or Stone Cold. Now, you can't, with this, if you get rid of one of them, you can't do impressions of either one. And I know you love doing impressions of Stone Cold and Undertaker.
So this is just the impressions of both people.
Yeah.
Your Undertaker school shopping thing is legendary.
Okay, so the question is just that one of the wrestlers would be gone forever, so I wouldn't have the impressions.
Yeah, no, impressions is. I think the wrestler is important, but also you got to take in fact that you do impressions of them.
Yeah, the key here is your impersonations of these characters. You can't do them ever again
because they wouldn't exist.
So as wrestlers, I definitely think Stone Cold's cooler.
Over Undertaker, sure. Okay.
I like Taker, though. Don't sleep on Taker.
Yeah, he's Kane's brother.
Yeah, especially when Undertaker first came to the scene, I loved how he was this guy that they couldn't keep down.
Yeah.
He kept getting up and everything.
Well, he just sits up.
Yeah, and you got to keep in mind, if you eliminate him, he probably maybe didn't set the house on fire.
And Kane wouldn't exist. Kane wouldn't exist.
It's your brother! He's here! And he's gonna lick your ass! But anyway, bring it on. No, but yeah, Undertaker buying school supplies and stuff, that is really classic
so
stuff.
funny.
Yeah, can we get a little bit?
I need to pick up some colored pencils. I don't see why it matters, why I have to get Crayola over Rose Art. I mean, they're all fucking colored pencils.
So good. So good.
Oh my god, dude.
How about them teachers get the supplies yourself?
That literally sounds like he would
at
say.
one point in time, he probably had to do some real stuff, right?
He did, yeah.
I'd like a Whopper with no tomato.
He was ordering stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, he's a dead man, though, so you don't know how much he eats.
You're right. That's true. I think, especially the scariness of Kane not being involved. That's a weird take on it. I gotta go with the impressions of Undertaker because I think I'm better at it.
Yeah, but you're gay Stone Cold.
That's really good.
Yeah, and it's not PC friendly, but I kind of want to hear some gay Stone Cold.
I'm gonna tell you what. I wouldn't mind getting into that match with you, that cage, and then possibly licking your balls. That's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold sits.
That's so good.
Austin 3, I can't.
He gave up halfway through.
Like, imagine Undertaker picking out like a Christmas tree.
Is that the one you want?
Is that real pine?
Do you have enough rope for this on the top of the car?
Just everything you do in life. I don't know. I have to go Taker, man, because
that's a good answer.
Yeah, you got stuff with Kane. You got Paul Bearer.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's here.
Your mother's alive, dead man.
Mother's alive. She left me because my penis was small.
Small.
But I banged Kane. Oh, yes.
But no, rest in peace, Paul Bear. He was great.
It's so good.
Percy Pringle,
I gotta
dude.
go Taker. I gotta go Taker.
Good answer. Okay, now moving on. That was kind of just a fun one. Now moving on to a serious one. These are both in the same franchise, so it's game versus game.
Okay.
Contra 3, Super Nintendo, versus Contra Hardcore on the Sega Genesis.
So I've talked about this before. It's really funny.
You've no death ring on both.
Yep. It's really funny you bring it up. Contra Hardcore is actually my favorite game on the Sega Genesis.
Yes.
Contra 3, I grow a ton of love for, though, even more. Because one thing I kind of hated about it is how it has to be on hard. I kind of wish there was not a difficulty on it.
Which
like
is why
Contra...
I like hardcore is just straight.
It's just straightforward, yeah.
Yes,
Well,
I like how
in the title, you know. So
listen, you can either beat this or you can't.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like Contra and Super C. You press start and that's it, man. There's no putting it on easy and helping you out, man.
Yeah.
So, and that's how I think games should be, by the way. But
hot take.
Contra 3, yeah, Contra 3 on hard feels really good when you get it done, though.
Yeah, you earned it.
That the sense of satisfaction it's one of those games like I talk about with Battletoads and stuff, where you're like kind of pumping your chest, like
you're carrying the game around for weeks after, you know.
I just did that. Yeah, take it to work for a couple weeks.
Dude, that's so funny.
Got it in the old backpack, you know. But I make a thing for my belt and I wear it.
Yes.
No, but both games are freaking amazing, and I'm sure I'm gonna pick the unpopular one here, and that is Contra Hardcore.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude.
I think I was leaning towards that one.
But what about the perspective levels, bro? That's a big deal.
I'll tell you this: the top-down stages, I don't like them.
Dude, okay, I'm with you I'm with you on the first one.
Okay.
I think the second one is badass.
And
okay, the one where you're fighting the big snake coming out,
like
of
the sand, yeah, the sand one.
Yeah, the sand. Thank you.
Have you played it 2-player? Because the top-down levels vary 2-player because there's two
and
options.
you have to split up and stuff, right?
Yeah, it makes it tougher because on one of the options, someone controls how it goes, and then yeah.
It's not really tough for somebody who's no death running it.
Insert music here.
You hear like the military taps going because Robert beat that game.
I don't think I died.
For real?
I don't think I died.
He's wearing a colonel's hat every time he wears. Every time he plays.
We need to get him one, dude.
I would wear it. I would
Yes.
wear it.
I guess Contra Hardcore. I love how there's different characters.
Yeah, I love how you've no death ran it with every character. That's really cool.
Yep. I love
every
how you
character
can
is
go
different.
down all these different paths. There's actually a path that lays tribute to Castlevania. It's very cool.
That's
It's got a really goofy ending. I don't know if you've ever done that.
No.
I love how it has all the different bosses. I love all the different weapons, because aside from all different characters, they have different weapons too.
Yeah, because it's just A, B, C, and D, but
Yep.
they vary.
Correct. And I love how you can change weapons. I love how there's a slide that can get you out of stuff.
Badass.
I
tough to learn,
Contra
though.
Hardcore, dude. I might be being a little biased because I grew up with it. And that's why I could jump right into it when I got into retro gaming. And people are like, "Holy cow, you're whooping this game!" I grew up with it though. But I just love the controlling. I love the story. That's another thing. There's a lot of story involved in Contra Hardcore. You're actually reading text and stuff.
But Contra Hardcore is based 5 years after the Alien Wars.
That's correct, and the opening scene is very iconic. It's very badass.
Yeah.
You see a lot of familiar faces or things in that game, like the first end boss to Contra, and then the end boss to Super C. You actually fight them. So, and actually, the thing flying up in the air, if you don't know it, is the Super C boss in the arcade version of Super C.
Okay.
I didn't know that. So it has some very cool things, and then the double-headed thing you fight at the end is badass, dude. But which one do I go back to more? Hardcore, dude.
Hardcore.
All the time.
All right.
There's a reason why I know Death Random with every character, because I wanted to keep playing the game.
It's a badass
You know what I
game.
mean?
That's a
So
good
I have
answer.
to go hardcore.
a
Can't
good
wait till you
answer.
guys get that one done, by the way.
We've been working on it.
We're getting there.
It's tough co-op.
Badass.
We're about 75% in to the game.
We're really
where
good.
we can no death run it up to that point.
I really like Butthole Joe, too. He's really cool in that game.
Yeah.
Deadeye Joe.
Yep.
All right, are you ready for the last question?
Yep.
This one's tough because they both made appearances throughout this questionnaire.
Okay.
All right, I know you love your 23 original flavors, Dr. Pepper. I saw you drinking it. Yep, there it is. This is not even a fair fight. You're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it. Dr. Pepper or the Chug. Ooh. That's the reaction I was hoping for.
Dude.
He just went there, dude.
The Chug only lives for about 10 years.
That's the thing. I said that when he brought up the question. I said, dude, dogs die. Dr. Pepper will never die, dude.
Don't ever die, bro. Oh, man.
That's a tough one.
That ass is hot now. I mean, not sexy hot, we know that. But it's like steaming right now.
Oh, man.
And you gotta think the kids in Meg might watch this.
Hell, the Chug might watch it, man.
Yeah, for sure. And they're gonna say, you picked a soda over our dog?
Yeah, the Chug could get run over tonight, man.
Oh my god.
Terrible.
You said it.
Oh, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Meg was just making fun of me yesterday. I got mad love for the Chug.
Dude, he's changed your
Dude,
life.
he has.
For real.
Dude.
I knew you before and after. You're so into that dog.
You're a softie,
Dude,
now. You're a
yeah.
softie.
And so, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I give the Chug. We got home from Texas Roadhouse yesterday, and I gave the Chug the rest of my food.
You owed
I
it
had
to
a
him.
take.
You owed it
Don't
to
act
him.
like when I got that take home at the restaurant, I wasn't thinking of the Chug. Like, yes, like,
Yeah, but-
low key. Like, yeah, I can't eat it all. Yeah.
Yeah, Chug. But Dr. Pepper's been there before the Chug,
It's
man.
been there the whole time, and it's going to be there after.
And
But I'll tell you this.
23 unique flavors.
And I'll tell you this, though. I have to learn to also stop drinking pop.
Yes.
At some point in my life, or I'm going to kill myself. Or I'll only have 10 more years.
So it's either you or the Chug.
I got to go with the Chug. As a Chug, man, I was just telling Meg yesterday that it's actually really crazy. She found the Chug about 45 minutes from here, not even. It's a city like 30 minutes away. And how weird that is, because my whole life I wanted a pug. That was my favorite dog. We weren't searching for a pug. We weren't searching for even necessarily a dog. It just kind of fell in our lap. It was a friend from high school. She went to the same high school as us. She breeds them. And there was one for us. So it all kind of fell in place. It's one of those things where life really just kind of falls into place. And it's where you question sometimes, is this whole life like simulated or something? You know what I mean?
Like, what the
holy
heck's
cow.
happening? Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, wow, how convenient, or what a coincidence that I ended up getting this dog that I've kind of always wanted. And the kids love him too. You know, he's always hanging out with Nathan, and
He's a good freaking
he's
dog.
a huge asset to the family. And someday when he's gone, which that'll suck, you know, we'll remember him forever.
And you'll
and
pour out some of your Dr. Pepper for him.
Yeah. Like I can't.
Pour one
Dr.
out for
Pepper.
my homies. Pour one out
I
for my
guess we're going
Chug.
cherry Pepsi. I mean, so yeah, I'd have to pick the Chug, man.
Man, I thought that one was digging deep. And,
You're digging at the soul there, man.
is that a tear? I see a teardrop.
I think I did.
Yeah.
He's gonna go like afterwards and like talk to his Dr. Pepper can.
He'd be like, "I love you."
Like, hey, Nugget, listen. It wasn't even a chance, right?
Oh, I love this, guys. I love this. So this is the final of 4
Yep.
that we have done with various members of this group being in the chamber. But it was a lot of fun,
Oh,
guys.
so much fun.
Badass, man. And I, like I said, I can't say enough how Guys, do this with your friends. Watch Gaming Off the Grid do this. It's so much fun because you really get to know them.
You do get to know them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fun to see them squeal, you know?
Yeah, it loves to see, take two things they love and tee them against each other.
Yeah. And just
You know,
see them
especially in the video game community, it's really fun that everybody's got their favorite consoles and stuff, but what if you take their favorite console, but you throw in like 4 consoles over here?
Yeah. I like how
And
you
now that
introduce
makes
teams.
it. Yeah, you got Stone Cold, but you got Hardcore Holly, Al Snow. You got 4 people.
Yeah.
So can they beat him? Maybe.
I mean, Hardcore Holly being in there is a bad pull.
Yeah, let's get him out of there.
He's a douchebag, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Stone Cold wins.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, Spike Dudley.
Yeah,
I mean,
he won. He
in
won.
64. I mean, the best thing that's came out of this whole series was comparing the N64 to Spike Dudley.
It's so
I mean,
good. It's so
that is the living thing I'll remember from this whole
You
thing.
got to show a replay of him going through a table or something.
Yeah, we will. We will. Don't you worry.
And then Mario going, oh no.
Oh yes.
Oh no.
Guys, it's been so much fun. Dan, we love you. Thank you so much for being a part of this. In the description below, if you haven't checked out Megadan29,
Yeah, what are you doing?
one of the best retro gamers on the planet Earth. That's no tug. We're not trying to just say that because he's here. That's real talk. The guy is a fucking hammer. And we appreciate all of you tuning in, subscribing to the channel. And if you like shit like this, we'll see you next time. Right here on Gaming Off the Old Grid.
Bye, guys. But I
hang
have
on.
to because what's up?
Is that on? Because it's not plugged in.
It should be. I checked it right before we started.
And we should plug it in.
Did 20%. It's still rolling though.
The dog literally just started laying behind me. Like what?
Dude, he's awesome. I love that dog.
Did you like those questions?
Dude, that was really funny. That I couldn't believe you went there.
I actually have one on the back burner that's worse.
Really? Okay.
I
No,
don't-
I mean that in a funny way. Like I was like, holy crap! Okay, this just went like, oh, you're questioning me about life.
Yeah.
I got one that's bad that I can't help.
No, and it's funny because you know, Robert, like when it comes to video games, you probably don't know that many things to ask me. You know what I mean? So it's kind of
Well,
interesting to see what you came up with.
All that I know is from what's on your channel.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah,
that's where I'm getting my info, you know?
that's why I was really kind of towards your list. It was really like, here, let's unlock some things. Let's
Yeah.
see what Robert says about this.